What's going on, everybody? It's Josh here from Game Sharks, looking to bring you guys another live session. Because guess what? I am about 90% healed from my really bad flu that I went through the last few days, and it wasn't fun. And trust me, guys, I wanted to give you guys videos, but it just wasn't in the cards, you know. But anyway, long story short, I'm back and I'm here to bring you guys on the live session, and hopefully I could do very well with this very aggressive team that I put together. I didn't really want to put like a traditional team that I usually put, you know, you guys see me put like some walls on there. Excuse me, but I just put more or less like some defensive stuff. I mean, aggressive stuff that can just set up, and you know, and I want to see how it works, because you know, in OU sometimes if you just bombard your opponent with a lot of aggressive threats, they just kind of like fold under pressure. But anyway, if you guys want to check through the team real quick, we'll go ahead and go through the team. And we got basically Drogon, which is a Mega-Garchomp, and it's a little bulky. Haven't decided. I want Stone Edge on there because I just don't want to get walled by things like excuse me, Togekiss. Anyway, then we got Edge, the Terrakion, just for rocks. Just in case I need to scare something out, throw rocks up. There we go. Standard Life Orb set. Then we got Null, which is, I couldn't really think of a name for this Bisharp, so I just, you know, no, it's an Assault Vest. It's an Assault Vest Bisharp. It does work, you know, it does a lot of work. This moveset is really powerful and I like it. I can force switches and get some good pursuit damage off. Then we got Nihilist, basically Sash Deoxys Speed just for revenge kill. Nice coverage. And then Raiden, which is pretty much, I needed that priority taunt. It's something that I don't like to get rocks up or get anything that sets up or anything like that. You know, and then good coverage, mixed sweeper, I like it. And then lastly, we got a little bit of more defensive, just for the Intimidate, Lumberry, Dragon Dance, just for late game sweeping. So let's see how it works. I mean, I don't know how well it's going to do. Well, actually, I do know how it's going to do, but I worked it up, this account, all the way up to about, I want to say 1300. So I shouldn't be getting like super noobish opponents. So hopefully I can get some good footage for you guys. Without further ado, we're gonna go ahead and jump right into the first battle. So this is gonna be the first part, and immediately I see some stuff, and I'm not really particularly afraid of anything besides this, if it's a Stolly Gliscor. Other than that, I feel like a good lead. He's probably gonna lead off with the Greninja or the Tyranitar. So I'm sorry. So I feel like a good lead is probably going to be let's go with Raiden. Raiden's been a pretty good lead for us so far. Alright, now he can't really do anything to touch me aside from knockoff and U-turn, which I'm completely fine with because I'm running Life Orb. So I am just gonna go straight for the taunt, just to shut down any kind of rocks or sub shenanigans he might want to pull, or even Swords Dance Baton Pass, because I know that's a thing. But sorry, I'm still getting a little bit over my sickness. We shall see exactly what this Gliscor wants to do. He's gonna go ahead and protect. Okay, so he is gonna be the Stolly variant, I'm sure. I feel like he may want to switch out now. I could go for a Volt Switch, predicting that, but I feel like if he stays in, that wouldn't look too good. What would be the best switch for him? What doesn't mind getting taunted? I guess a T-Tar? No. Maybe his Greninja? Maybe I should go for a safe Ice Pin Power just to see what he wants to do. He's gonna stay in, and that's gonna do a lot of damage. He's gonna go for a knockoff, which is fine because like I said, it's just Life Orb. The residual probably is not gonna bother me so much because this thing is pretty. That's not that bulky. Does he want to switch out now? But into what? I feel like Rotom Wash is his only, like, his water types are as good switching, but I have an electric move. He could very well go into Tyranitar, but I have the superpower. So I think I'm just gonna go for another HP Ice. He's gonna go for Protect, which is pretty much it's pretty much a useless tactic. There's no reason to do that. He's not gonna be able to survive another one when he took nearly all his health with that last hit power ice. So at this point, I feel like he's gonna switch out, and I could go for a Volt Switch just to get some initiative, because there's no way he's gonna stay in. But I think just to play it safe, I'm gonna go for another hidden power ice. He did switch out. If I did go for the Volt Switch, I could have got some initiative. Now he could predict me to taunt and get some damage off, or he could just go for the rocks. If he goes for rocks, then that sucks because I'm gonna lose Nihilus's Sash. And this thing could be useful, so I think I might just want to go for a Volt Switch out into possibly Edge to scare him out. So we're gonna go ahead and do that. He's gonna be the Mega, which is fine. He's got that bulk, and I could. Well, he's gonna go for the Rock move, no doubt. Could even go into Drogon just to get some rough skin damage, but I really don't think he's gonna set up. And just in case he does want to set up, maybe Drogon might be my best bet. He's gonna Pursuit, which is a very good play on his part. That was a great play. Now I'm gonna go into Drogon. I am the Mega, so I will get some. I will be able to benefit off of the Sandstorm. Setting up might not be the best play, although I don't think he's gonna stay in. I feel like he might go back into Gliscor or even Rotom Wash. So at this point, or he could even go into Greninja. At this point, I maybe just want to go for a safe Dragon Claw on something, because I don't think he's gonna stay in. Yeah, he doesn't stay in. He goes into his Rotom Wash. He's probably gonna take it very well. Doesn't take it as well as it probably wanted to, but either way, there's not much I can really do to this thing. He could go for a free Will-O-Wisp, and there's not much I can do about that, unfortunately. I might have to go out into Haku to absorb that Will-O-Wisp, but then there's not much else I can do this thing, and it is lefty, so I don't have to worry about it getting an HP back through Resto. But then again, it could have Pain Split, so losing Raiden was not a good thing. What I do want to do is I'll go out into Haku to absorb the Will-O-Wisp. Yes, that's what we're gonna do. So there's a Will-O-Wisp, hoping he would miss, but he didn't. But there's the Lum. He's gonna be forced to go for it again. At this point, I just want to get this Rotom low enough for revenge kill, because I don't think my Gyarados will be putting in that much work. So at this point, I'm gonna go for a Waterfall, and hopefully I can flinch it. And I do, which is great. So let's see how much more flinches I can get with this thing. He may even switch, but at this point, I just want to keep going for Waterfalls just to get him low enough. He is finally gonna get the burn, which is to be expected. And now, if he goes for a Pain Split, I'm gonna be in all kinds of trouble. So I don't really think he's gonna double Willow. I could go out into Drogon, predicting Pain Split. Nothing's gonna want to take a Pain Split though. I'm gonna go into Drogon predicting the Volt Switch. If he goes for the Pain Split, then he goes for the Pain Split. There's really not much I can do any way around it, so I'm just gonna go ahead and go into Drogon. He did go for the double Willow, but he missed, and he is at range where a Dragon Claw is gonna take him out. So I think it might be safe to just go straight for the Dragon Claw, and hopefully I don't get raped by Min-Max. So he's not very happy about that, but you know what? Rotom Wash is very tough to deal with, so I don't feel too bad about that, because Rotom Wash is a bulky motherfucker, and to get past it, you kind of got to play around it. So, yeah, not feeling very bad about that at all. Wish he would just make his move though, and he's gonna live on 1 HP. And like I said before, I got raped really hard by Min-Max, and this guy's complaining. So I don't really have any use for Drogon at this point. I might just go for some Dragon Claws just to fodder it off to see what he wants to go into. He's gonna go into Gliscor, and if he proceeds to Toxic Saw, I may have to forfeit because I do not want to deal with something like this. So I'm gonna go ahead and go for a Swords Dance, Predicted, and Protect. And then at this point, I am gonna go for a Dragon Claw. And he's gonna EQ, and that does not do enough to take me out. But I know he's gonna protect again. But I don't really want to take a chance, so I'm just gonna go for another Dragon Claw as he predicts me to go for another Swords Dance. So that's Gliscor out of the way. Things are wounded, but it doesn't really look good. You know, he's still got full health Aegislash, Greninja, and Latias, and I don't really have a whole lot to work with. Maybe my Bisharp can do a little bit more work as soon as Drogon goes down, depending on what he brings in. I'm actually predicting him to bring in his Greninja for momentum. He might even go into Aegislash to think that he can take a hit in Swords Dance. But we are gonna see when he does make his move. And if this guy takes forever, then I will cut this part out starting now. Okay, well, he immediately goes right into it. I'm expecting a Shadow Sneak, but there's not really much I can do about it. At this point, I'm just going to go for a safe EQ, just to get some damage off, just in case he wants to get greedy and go for a Swords Dance. But he makes a good play and goes right for the Shadow Sneak, which is fine by me. At this point, I just want to go right into Aegislash, who does not fear... sorry, I'm gonna go right into Bisharp, who doesn't fear anything that Aegislash wants to do, except for maybe a Sacred Sword, but I don't think that's common anymore as much as a mixed Aegislash is. So I feel like a safe knockoff right here will be beneficial. He might even go into sack his Rotom, which would be perfectly fine. If he wants a King Shield, it's not really gonna do anything. It's gonna drop my attack, but then I'm gonna get an attack boost, so it really pretty much does nothing. But I'm going to go for a knockoff. He's going to sack off his Rotom Wash, which is the best play. I should have went for a Pursuit there, but I wasn't sure if he was going to King Shield or not. I guess in hindsight, it wouldn't matter either way if whatever move I did, but there's not much he can really bring in. Greninja is his best bet, and at this point, I want to see what he's going to turn himself into. Haku's not looking very useful right now, so I'm going to go into there and get the Intimidator off just in case it's a mixed variant. It's either for the Hydro Pump, which makes him a water type. He's Life Orb, so I could wear him down some, which is good. At this point, I don't see why going for a Dragon Dance would be a bad thing, considering that he might just U-turn on out. And he does. So Dragon Dance is going to make me faster than anything he wants to bring in, but I'm already assuming he's going to bring in a King Shield, the Aegislash, just to stall off that burn damage and kill me that way. But we'll see. So he is going to go into Aegislash, and that's fine because I'm not really afraid of this thing. I know he's going to go for the King Shield, but all I really got to do is EQ to not get the attack drop, and But a Shadow Sneak is going to be enough to take me out, which is okay by me, because now I can safely bring in my Null, and seeing as how he is going to switch out this time, I am going to go for the Pursuit. And he's going to King Shield, okay, which does nothing. And now, this is the tricky part, because if he switches out, he's going to take damage, but not as much as he would if he was in attack form. And if he stays in, then he's going to go for a Secret Sword. So there's not much I can really do about that except for continued Pursuit. He might even switch out anyway, knowing he can take one, and he doesn't. And he might even have a Secret Sword. No, he's a Shadow Ball, but I'm Assault Vest and it does nothing. So at this point, I see no reason why I shouldn't continue to keep going for pursuit. He's gonna keep king shielding, but it doesn't really matter too much considering my ability. So at this point, we'll see what exactly he wants to do, but I don't think there's much his H-slash can do without taking a whole lot of damage before retreating. So apparently he did not come back. Fortunately for us, we pick up the win, bringing us up to about 1329. Unfortunately, that we didn't finish the battle because that was a pretty close battle, and he had one poke over mine, even though I was kind of making a comeback. Either way, that's going to be the game, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Thank you guys for watching this part. Bye-bye.